Let's start rolling some history checks, my dudes.
I am worried for your emotional well-being once this campaign is over.
When I have to start doing it again?
Yeah, you're just going to collapse under...
Oh, I got a 9, thank God.
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
17.
I got a 2.
Oh, hell yeah. I was like, my memory is fuzzy about last time.
Same.
I can help you guys out.
No, I took notes last time, so for once.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I took notes last time, which is kind of a delight. So let me go down the list here. So chapter 44, insert title here. I used the stink bag to blow us in past like the rocks and everything. We saw Tony Lyons, much to Colin's great surprise, from Turtle Bay. Bait and Maeve think he's a little sus, but we still make our way toward the middle of this sort of enclosed area where there's a large structure, like a metal building. We all make some windsurfing boards. Maeve
windsurfing birds.
Yeah, okay. So Maeve uses the friendship as her windsurfing bird. Kalt does an amazing and elegant job. But we sort of we get up to the building, we sneak past security, and we end up finding this little house on stilts. And Tony Lyons tells us that the Black Tide keeps captives here. The Black Tide forces people to work for them. So we start looking for ways in to find out how we're going to get in here and rescue Locke when the climax of the greatest joke in podcast history arrives. The apex of humor and referential naming when a submarine called a Tide Pod at last emerges from the water.
I quit the podcast.
I'm honestly so happy. I have to be at the listening party for this. That one.
You really need to.
Yeah,
So,
it'll pay off big time.
I'm gonna be sitting there just like waiting, and then all the chat moments are gonna roll through. Like, oh my God, Pat!
Can't wait for the memes.
And then everybody's going to quit our Discord, and we're just going to lose everything and everyone that we care about.
Honestly, would you be that upset?
Yeah. It's like easy
I would
answer.
think it'd be pretty funny because I'm sure they would come back. But
I mean, considering the number of puns that run around that meme channel,
yeah,
I think we'll be fine.
We'll at least keep Ray.
The Tide Pod appears. We go into the building. We rescue a gnome, and we take the gnome down into the
Ivo Leshy.
That's okay. That was their name. So we take the gnome down into the Tide Pod. And with Ivo, we sort of realize, hey, this is how we can bypass the tear and get out of the Badlands. But for now, Bait defers to Maeve so we can go rescue Locke.
You're goddamn right.
You're goddamn right.
I've been watching Breaking Bad. I really have been.
I am the danger.
I am the one who knocks and murders 70 villagers.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
Now
Say my
bad.
name.
Oofda.
So you're all still in the Tide Pod. What are you deciding to do now? Are you just going back to the dock? Are you going to move around a little bit?
Yeah, I really think this is a really good way out. I think we should try to go back in there, at least try to find Mr. Locke, and then this is our escape pod.
Yeah, we're not renaming it to that.
As long as we remember to go get Jerry and the skeleton crew, I think everything will be fine.
I mean, let's be honest. You can always make another one.
They're like, for the first time in a long time, like, you see real anger in Kalt's face as he looks at Maeve. No, I do not think I can quite make another Jerry.
Is there even enough room in here for all of them?
Skeleton crew.
No, there's not for all of them. It's
As long as there's enough room for Jerry, it's fine.
so there's 5 of you with Tony included, plus the gnome would be 6.
Plus Locke.
Well, right now, currently in
Okay.
the Tide Pod, it's Jedda, Maeve, Bait, Kalt, Ivo, Tony. So there's 6 total in the pod now. There's probably enough room for 2 more.
Jerry.
Okay, so Locke and then Jerry.
So Bait is going to actually step over to Ivo and say, hey, so I assume that you're kind of going to come with the boat, but I guess we should really ask, what's your plan in all this?
I'd really like to go home.
Gotcha. Where is that? Because I feel like that's logistically important.
They are from another small island in the Badlands, so they would be perfectly happy with you dropping them off after you escape and going on your merry way.
That was worded very conveniently for other DMs that might not want to go into detail on resolving that particular threat.
Wow.
I am from another island.
Thank you muchly.
Okay, so with that out of the way, Ivo starts to turn the Tide Pod back towards the dock as you guys prepare to go save Locke.
So, can I ask, is there like a periscope or something where we could try to look out above?
There is, in fact, a periscope.
Ooh, fuck yeah, Jibs.
All right, so you're going to go up to the periscope
This is
and,
Matt
and look
excited,
around?
not Maeve.
Yeah. So you go back. The two henchmen that had been dazed and confused are currently on the dock, like kind of looking around like, where'd they go? The boss ain't going to be happy about this. As if you could hear through a periscope, but that's what they're
It's
doing.
magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, one of them's got a cartoon eye on top, and
Yeah.
the other one has a cartoon ear.
So yeah, they're like looking underneath the stilts, like in the water, trying to see if you guys are hiding from them or something. But
If I turn the periscope towards down the dock where that gate was, where we saw that one guy go in, like what's the status of that over there?
So door is still shut, and it kind of leads directly into what looks like the mountain, or like the rocky, craggy island itself. So it's almost like the compound is built directly into the island.
Okay.
There are two sewage lines that are coming out of the area as well. One that's like a return for the sewage coming out of the island, and one is like a freshwater intake.
Like an intake. Okay.
Yeah. But the door is still shut, and the only way in is either through that door. You could probably manage to go through the sewage lines, or you could try to scale the rocks.
Yeah. Or we could figure out something else.
You could try.
Yeah. We could
Yeah.
throw an octopus carrying the Tide Pod up there.
That is true.
Oh.
You guys are...
I would love to throw an octopus at Pat.
I do have a
mean,
question,
yeah.
and I feel like I know the answer, but I have to ask, is the Tide Pod small enough to fit into the sewage intake pipe?
That's a hard no.
Kate,
Okay.
I had to ask.
I like the idea. Wait, what if I reduce it?
I would
You
assume
won't
if you
fit
reduce
inside
the
it.
sub, everyone would just trash compactor as a result.
There's Metroid Prime lore about this, about the space pirates trying to do the morph ball thing, and instead they just like crushed their whole army. So
Yeah, if there is specific wording to your spell that says the contents inside of the thing shrink too, we could talk about it, but...
So
From-
it says a creature or an object that is neither worn nor carried. I'm assuming that we're being carried in this object, so it wouldn't work.
Yeah, yeah.
all right, so we can't shrink
Okay.
down and like further canonize the magic school bus in here.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna step on over to Maeve and say, "Excuse me, may I take a look through the periscope?"
Yeah, go for it.
Very cool. So I take a look around at the sewage, the intake and the output. Where, like, relative to the house on stilts, to the front gate, where does this pipe let out? Like, is it safe to go up to
So,
it?
I mean,
How obscured is it compared to the rest?
It's just coming straight out of the wall that the door goes into, and into the water surrounding the dock. So
Bates gonna look to Ivo and say, "How closely do you think you can dock us next to that inlet? Because my thought is, if we can keep the vessel obscured, we could easily make our way through the intake to enter the compound."
I mean, I'm not a big fan of sewage, not gonna lie.
You know, I'm not a fan of a lot of things around here. I'm carrying a bag full of farts, so you know, beggars can't be choosers.
Look, it ain't pretty, but it's a good way in.
Well, what
what about those
this?
henchmen? Are they still up there? That's Tony.
Were they?
Yeah, they were.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to sneak by those guys.
Why don't we just murder them?
No, okay, no.
I like the way you're talking, and he cracks his knuckles.
Okay, sure. But after we murder them, what about all the people that come next?
We keep on. I don't understand the point of the question. We just keep murdering.
No, there's going to be a
We're gonna get overwhelmed.
A numbers issue. Yes, eventually we may not be able to murder
like
them all.
Like if we murder those guys, somebody's gonna find the bodies, and then
Precisely.
I'll
There's a
just bring
domino effect.
I'll bring the bodies back. I'll bring the bodies back, and then I'll make lesser Jerrys, and they can just walk around and act like they normally do, and then nobody will be the wiser.
they're gonna notice.
You could hide them in my hut.
What?
My hut on stilts. You could hide them there.
Oh, well, I mean, if you really think that nobody will come by, here's what I'm thinking. And this is something I learned from pirate school.
Pirate school.
Why don't you guys go through the sewers? I'll stay on this side of the gate, and you guys do the what did he call it? Reconnaissance.
Very good. Okay.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah, that one.
If I may interject, if we were to, I know there seemed to be some derision to the idea of killing, but if we were to kill them, I could ask them a question or two, and then we maybe perhaps could find a better, more suitable way into this fortress.
Okay, but if we think back to Crinklesnoot Caverns, I do seem to remember a lot of you sort of pushing yourselves against the walls as far as you could instead of engaging, so I'm not exactly confident in our ability to handle combat right now.
If I do remember correctly, I was the one that saved us and gave us a minute to prepare.
Oh, yeah, great, that minute to prepare, and then I got hunka-chunked by a scimitar like 5 times.
I mean, you should be, maybe you should do a little more clinging to walls if you're worried about
Guy
scimitars.
gets hit by a scimitar, gets bit by a shark, falls out of a tree, never shuts up about any of it.
In libertarianism, we have the concept of self-determination.
Oh my God.
So if you feel like you're being negatively affected by your circumstances,
I
perhaps
can hear Ryan smiling through the
says
microphone.
perhaps you should pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
That's you, Colt, it's you. You are the negative circumstances by which I am negatively affected. Now, if we can kind of get a grip on the situation, let's maybe find a way to stop that from happening again.
By the power of libertarianism, I will be
my
able
God.
to answer a dead man some questions, or ask a dead man questions, so
Kind of sounds like torture.
see that what you will.
Well, I say pirates or not, walking into a compound full of people that don't want us there, we can probably find a subtler, maybe more effective approach.
Can we?
What
can
if
we
like
try
I
to get...
what if I like use disguise stuff to disguise myself as their boss, the one we just saw? What's his name? Kiso. Yeah. So what if I disguised myself as Kiso, told him to go somewhere, and then we just walk in the sewers?
I like that.
Yeah, I am certainly more amenable to that than murdering people and giving them the pushing daisies treatment, if I'm getting that reference correct.
I would not be bringing them back to life to talk to them. I would merely be capturing their soul inside my cool staff and then forcing them to answer my questions.
That's worse. Yeah, Maeve, I know you weren't exactly with us on Arianor, but let's say our ideologies on morality have just started to sort of diverge.
Oh, you mean just now?
Yeah, just now. We've had no issues until now. Listen, Kalt, I really don't think this is the way that we should be approaching
I don't
this.
see an issue with my newfound power, but I suppose some people might view it as icky.
How about this? Like,
Oh, icky, sure.
I really don't want to hurt people if we don't have to. So why don't we try Jedda's plan? Because she's really good at disguising herself. Like, she even still looks like Greg. And she's not even trying. And you know what? Why don't we just, if it doesn't work, then I'll turn away, and then poof, they're gone, and I don't know what'll happen, and I'll be ignorant.
Not a fan.
I can guarantee you can't see, but they'll probably scream, so just you might want to plug your ears as well.
Sounds good.
It'll be
Well,
is less of a poof and more of a my face!
Is there a better place where we could pull up where they wouldn't see the submarine pop out of the water?
If your plan is to have Jedda pop out as Kiso, it won't matter.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Like, that's what I'm assuming is going to happen. Is submarine's gonna go to the dock, Kiso gets out, tells him to fuck off, and then you guys come out. It's not like you're all leaving at once.
Okay, that's fair.
Right. Okay. So Ivo pulls the Tide Pod up to the dock. It kind of bounces for a second as the ballast tanks empty, and the hatch opens, and out pops a disguised Jedda as Kiso.
Yep. So I cast disguise self while we were in the sub. I come out and I say to the two, "Did you do it?" What's all
yes.
that going on here? What?
I don't know where they went.
They went. Elaborate.
1 minute I'm standing there, he's tied to the chair. Another minute he's gone.
I walk up to him. I slap him across the face.
Slaps.
Roll a d4.
Jedda's thing really is slapping.
Yeah.
How could you slap?
All right, that's a 4.
Okay, you do 4 points of damage with the slap.
Incompetent! Oh, what do I bother with you? Go inside. I'll talk to you later. We gotta get a search.
Disappointed.
Okay, so with that slap, because you did so much damage, the dude just runs away immediately, and he grabs his partner, and they go back to the compound.
So when you say back to the compound, what do you mean?
They open the door, go inside, and the door shuts behind them.
Okay. Shit, they have the keys.
But we're going through the sewers.
That is also true. I take it back.
All right.
I mean, you could have gotten their keys and gone through the door if you wanted to, but
You could have slapped and say, "Hey, give me your keys. I'm gonna punch you with them."
I'm gonna turn to the submarine and like give a thumbs up to the others.
Can I address what might be a little inconsistency?
okay.
Didn't Kiso go through the door like last episode?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but the people out here might not necessarily have observed them going in, so it's like suspense, I guess.
I mean, you're also assuming that these people are smart, but
That is also true. Okay. I just
I
want
will let you know these guys do not have a lot of intelligence. So
Okay. Awesome.
So after Jedda perpetrates the slapathon, looking around, are we closest to like the front door, to the stilt house, or to the sewer intake line?
technically the sewer because it sticks out into the water, and you're still near the water.
All right, yeah. Bait is just going to fall in line behind Jedda, assuming she takes us over there.
All right.
So you guys go over there, and there, like I said, there are two lines: one that is used sewage and one that is fresh water going in.
All right.
Wait.
So
Are they like right next to each other?
Yeah. Wait.
They are not smart. That is
that's
true.
not.
Cycling
That's
it.
not
Can
good.
I-
She's cycling it right back in.
Yeah,
It's like a
turds
cycle.
floating into the fresh water as it drifts down.
It's magic sewage, guys. Come on.
Yeah. That's, who designed that? I gotta ask.
So obviously, like, I'm sure that there's like excrement in like the outbound tube. But is
Yeah.
there anything else that's coming out of there that might suggest where it's like what else is down there?
There's like food scraps, and it's a general garbage kind of situation.
General garbage?
This is, yeah, like
Well, I say we start with the ingoing sewer and leave through the outgoing sewer because that just makes sense.
We go in clean and then leave dirty.
so.
I
The
put on
way
some
this kind
sunglasses.
of works is they are right next to each other, but the one that's coming out is above the water, just like dumping it into the water, and the one that's an intake is under the water, maintaining a seal to like pull in fresh
So
water.
we have to go under the shit waterfall, basically.
kind of. It's more shit water adjacent than under, but
a shit water, Randy.
Yeah, that's totally up to code, isn't it?
so you will have to swim though.
Ooh, okay.
Good thing I have my cloak of the manta ray, which makes me all slippery
Does that do?
in the water.
It ups your swim speed to 60 feet and lets you breathe underwater. I gave it to
wow.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. I gave it to him on Turtle Day.
Jesus Christ. Well,
Yeah, we're eventually going to have a reckoning about all the magical items we have.
this is
You see me
easy.
very similar to what an Aquaman does in the Justice League movies, is I just way ahead of everybody.
So yeah, he swims into the pipe and just goes all the way ahead.
All right, I take it. I say, well, this reminds me of a time where I disguised myself as cow manure to evade authorities, and then I take a deep breath and just swim under. Into the,
Okay.
Oh, my cow manure. How did that happen?
Is everybody else swimming, or are you guys waiting?
Bates going to turn to Maeve and say, hey, I'm not sure what pirate school covered for you, but this looks like a tough swim. Would you like any assistance?
I mean, Yeah, that'd be great. I don't think I'm the strongest swimmer.
So Beta's going to turn into a dolphin and gesture, "Get on, kid!" Pointing to the back dorsal fin before realizing he's a dolphin and she can't understand him.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm holding everything I got.
Oh my god, that was fucking incredible. Oh.
He forgot. It's so natural to him.
All right, you're going in. You also don't have to worry about your speed or your breath. But everybody who doesn't have some way to magically or otherwise hold their breath, you're going to have to roll a Constitution roll for me.
All right. Middle dice, don't fail me now.
I assume I'll have to roll.
Middle dice failed me now. I got a 8.
Rip.
Okay.
This is a Constitution save, Pat?
Yeah.
Okay. 14. 7 plus 7.
So Jedda starts swimming through, and the flow rate starts to kind of suck you up a little bit, but you struggle to really swim because the opening starts to get a little bit narrow before it opens up into the larger sewage system. But as Maeve comes in behind you, she kind of gives you a little push. You hold onto the fin, but you kind of Superman yourself out, and Jedda is holding onto your feet.
Okay, that works.
And you both emerge into what is sort of like a reservoir, almost. You can breathe normally because there's an air pocket above you, but you see it starts to traverse a lot deeper into more pipes and what you can presume will be other reservoirs underneath specific areas that need them. So, like, there's one under the kitchen, there's one under a bathroom, there's one under all these other places that'll need water. So, as soon as Bait takes off, Jedda, like, takes a deep breath, and before she gets enough air in her lungs, she's already under the water. Bait speeds all the way through to the end reservoir, but right at the end, you kind of take a little bit of the water in, and as you come up for air, you just start coughing it all up, and you're having a little bit of difficulty breathing.
I hope you guys can hear the sound of my brow furrowing as I try to imagine what dolphin choking
Not
sounds
you.
like.
Jedda.
Oh.
Jedda was the one who failed the Constitution.
Not
save,
everything
so yeah.
is about you, Colin.
Yeah, you know, I'm learning that. And this whole podcast is an exercise in humbleness. Just kidding. It is all about me. Welcome to The Breakaway. This is Colin. Thank you for listening to Chapter 45 of Dicey Waters, Going In Clean. Really glad that won our patron title vote, because that was the one I was hoping for. Back for a breakaway. Took a nice week off last week. And I'm just here with some quick bits o' business. So first things first, community sponsors. I'm just going to turn this microphone over to someone. No, not literally. I'm going to turn this microphone over to our friends over at Tales from the Tavern.
Hi everyone, I am Gamer Mom Luna. Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Tavern. I have an amazing group of guests with me today, and what? Huh. Well, Chad has just informed me that this is actually a pre-recorded podcast ad and not our usual live stream. Since you're here, let me tell you what I'm talking about. Tales from the Tavern is a weekly roundtable discussion that is recorded in front of a live studio audience. Actually, it's a live audience at twitch.tv/shared_experience. Each Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, I host a new group of guests where we talk about our experiences with tabletop RPGs and sometimes drift into other nerdy topics like dice, cosplay, video games, and conventions, back when those existed. Chat asks all the questions, so it's a new conversation each week. We can also be found in Ears Edition. We edit our streams for podcast, so if you can't catch us live, you can still enjoy the conversation. You can find us on most podcatchers at Tales from the Tavern Ears Edition. We hope to see you at the tavern soon.
I so love the term Ears Edition. It's fantastic. So you can check out Tales from the Tavern on Twitch or in your favorite podcatcher. Gamer Mom Luna is actually part of our Discord community as well and is a delight to have there. So thank you so much. I think Ray, who won our previous season, she was recently on an episode of Tales from the Tavern. So we're just all out there together doing the pod's work. Go check them out. Speaking of Discord and our fans, though, Patreon do want to shift into continuing our shout-outs of all the folks that have decided to financially support the show. You make this, it is just a relief, a delight. It is humbling. It's wonderful. So the two I'm shouting out this episode, Zombie, Pixie, and Wife, as they are named in our Discord and on Patreon. They are a very spicy, fun addition to the community. It's a lot of fun to chat with them on one of our recent live listens as a group. And the other name, which you may know at this point, Anthony Lyons, who submitted their name way back in Trouble in Paradise when Josh plunked him out of our list, and now suddenly more relevant than ever as our stories version of Tony Lyons marauds about the Black Tide hideout. So Zombie, Pixie, and Wife, and Anthony Lyons, thank you both so much. We appreciate it more than you can know. Speaking of Patreon, remember, we are trying to get our Patreon subscriber numbers bumped up a little bit. Depending on how many folks we get, there may be some rewards at the end of the season, as well as, well, we're mulling over what additional tiers may be. That would obviously depend on what people want from us and from the show. But for now, don't forget, we are about 4 episodes deep into our Entrenched bonus campaign. I am loving it more and more by the episode as we record and as we listen to the final products that Pat put together. Entrenched is a delight. For our patrons, though, I did promise some bonus content that when I went to go edit it, it turns out that not everyone actually recorded that content, so I can't put together the bloopers I wanted. I'm brainstorming some other things at the moment. Lastly, we did make a promise about stuff in our last 5W that I can keep, and that regards merchandise. If you go to dicepopuli.com/store, you will see that we have set up a dropship store using Redbubble so that you can get a few different versions of the Dice Populi logos, including our Discord logo, on shirts, mugs, coasters, stickers. I might get that throw pillow. All stuff that I'm pretty excited about, and it looks a little slick, even though it is simple. I think that it is a good start to what we'd like to do, given that we're just kind of getting our feet under us on this one. We are currently working out the details on what our final limited run seasonal merchandise will be for Season of the Pirates. After talking with the community, it is going to be themed around bread. So we'll update you guys with details on that. But for now, from dicepopuli.com, you can join us on Discord for our live listens every Friday after an episode comes out. You can join up with our Patreon. You can check out our merchandise, or just point friends there so that they can check out the show. Thank you, everyone, to those patrons I mentioned, to Gamer Mom Luna, and to you guys for listening. Now buckle up. Hope you don't mind getting wet, because we're going in clean.
Yeah, so you guys are in this reservoir now. There is a couple holes that you can climb up into to get out of it.
All right,
You also notice that Tony elected not to go into the sewage line, and instead he started to climb the walls of the compound.
Interesting.
He has very girthy shoulders. He didn't think he was going to fit.
You and that fucking word.
Well, I'm gonna take out my rope of climbing. First time I'm using this. And I'm gonna use the rope to try to get us something to grab on so that we can climb up.
Okay.
How does the rope of climbing work?
Yeah, I can command the other end to move towards a destination of my choice. So I wanted to go as high as it can up the holes.
Okay. It has to have something to attach to at the end.
You can also tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object, or to unfasten itself, to knot or unknot itself, or to coil itself for carrying. So I don't have to.
Right, but for the purpose of climbing up it, I think you would need something. So, roll a perception check for
I'm
me.
not going to ask the dice to let me down or not or whatever, because that'll jinx it. That's 15.
Okay, so you see what looks to be like a faucet almost, that you can kind of loop the rope around and use it as an anchor point.
All right.
So
yeah, I use that as the anchor point.
Okay.
Give it a little tug to make sure it's all good. Is it sturdy? Is that faucet gonna fall on me or something?
Roll a strength check for me.
17.
Yeah, you tug hard enough to know that it's gonna hold your weight at the very least, and you're fairly certain that you are the heaviest one in the party currently.
All right. It's all good. And I'm gonna, like, start climbing up it.
Okay, are you gonna try to poke your head out, like, stealthily?
Yes.
Or,
yes.
okay, so you climb up, everybody watches Jedda ascend the rope. You stick your head out a little bit, and you look around. The coast is clear. You are currently in a bathroom. But nobody is there right now.
This is the scene from The Hobbit where Dwalin sticks his head out of the toilet.
I was thinking Johnny English, but without the poop.
Okay, less hobbity.
All right, I whisper down to the others, "Coast clear," and
right.
climb
I look
out.
at everybody else, I laugh, and then I cast Levitate on myself to rise up in the air.
That seems a little unnecessary. What with the rope? You
That's
don't need
okay. It's called flexing.
Bait looks up and says, "Wow, you learned a lot at pirate school, huh?" And then remembers he's a dolphin and that no one can understand him.
You just
Are you gonna
click
climb
and
up as a
blind
dolphin?
yourself, yeah.
No, I'm just gonna sit here at the bottom. I'm not gonna try to scoot up on my fins. Let him go.
Yeah, and I'll climb up.
All right, you go up. Everybody besides Bait is in the bathroom.
Okay, so how high up would you say is this hole into which everyone's climbing?
Not very far. It's like maybe 10 feet.
All right, I'm gonna look something up real quick.
like 10 feet.
Are you trying to jump out as a dolphin?
Just give me a second.
Oh my God.
Let me take a look at this. So they're named for their corkscrewing leaps above water and have been recorded 10 feet above the ocean surface at the peak of their
I
depth.
should have said 20. I should have said 20.
Should have said
Well, I said
15.
it. I
You should've
said
said
it.
15.
I said it. We're going to go with it. So what I need you to roll,
All right, so, okay, see, Matt, it's not just you. I don't just do this
you
to
are
you.
going to use the dolphin
Yikes.
stat block for this.
Yes, I am. So,
I need you to roll an
Athletics.
acrobatics
acrobatics
with an athletics.
and athletics.
I need the
Okay.
athletics to be the height that you get out of the water, and the acrobatics the accuracy to go through the hole.
Ooh, two
Okay.
checks.
If you mess it up, you're gonna get punished. I can feel it. If this does not,
But
go
it's
your
okay
way.
because it's only 10 feet in the air.
I know. I'm so annoyed.
All right, so let's go ahead. So I'm going to do dexterity first, which is acrobatics, and that's a 6. But my athletics is a 20.
Natural?
Dirty 20.
okay,
Stinky
that's fine.
sewage pipe 20.
All right. So what's gonna happen is you get the perfect amount of height. Everything's going great. You start spiraling through. A smile appears on your face as you're headed towards freedom. And as soon as your little bottlenose goes through, you kind of thunk against the hole because it's not.
Can a smile really appear on his face? He's a
Yes.
dolphin. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're always
Dolphins
smiling.
can smile.
yeah. They can't appear. They're just kind of carved on there. You know, they can't do anything other than
Carved on.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I just smashed my
Right.
snoot right
So-
into the fucking wall.
No. Your bottlenose goes through the hole, and you start to go.
Oh,
You think
okay.
you're going to be awesome, and then you kind of
think I'm
skirt
gonna be awesome.
your way into it, but it's not quite. You're not able to get your fins in to be able to go all the way through. So you're
Can
stuck in the hole.
I try to grab? Okay, he's stuck in the hole.
Yeah.
He's stuck in the hole, just like thunk.
I'm gonna pet his nose and be like, "It's okay. That like, you tried. Why don't you stop fooling
You
around now?"
Okay.
There was a rope. Just climb the rope.
Okay, so he's basically gonna just kind of like flopping there, just like fins against the thing, going, and then slowly morph back into Bait and hoist himself up, saying, "Okay, well, it just takes a lot of energy to keep doing this, and I didn't want to waste everything on just trying to get up here, trying to stay in stuff. I'm fine. I'm fine."
Anyways, I take my rope now that everyone's up, and real quick, how long has it been since I first cast Disguise Self?
Like maybe 2 minutes.
Okay, so I'm still disguised as
I don't know about that.
Keystone. I'm gonna Kiso.
like queso, but queso.
Smooth like Keystone.
The smoothest pirate in all the
okay.
Badlands.
Okay, I'm gonna like poke my head out of the bathroom, see if there's anyone around. Make sure coast is clear.
All right, so you peer your head into the hallway, and something is a little bit strange to you. Firstly, it's completely empty. There's nobody around, and it's approaching nighttime. So there are some torches that are lit in all the corners. But you also see in the torchlight some glinting on the walls, and you start to inspect them a little bit more, and it looks like there's just a series of pipes that run parallel to all of the hallways.
Like steam pipes almost, like in a
They
in a
look like
building?
steam pipes, but there's no heat coming off of them.
Bait is going to move up to the pipes and sort of press his ear up against the openings. Can I roll like investigation or perception to try to figure out like where it's coming from, like listening like a vet?
Do perception, I think.
All right, let's do this, and that is very good. That's a 24.
So you hear, as you put your ear up to each individual pipe, you hear different things. So one of them sounds like people cooking in a kitchen. There's a lot of tools going around, a lot of like shouting and yelling for different ingredients. You put your ear up to another one, it sounds like a lot of people just gathered waiting for food. So you can kind of gather that it's right around dinner time. There's a couple others that are just like random onesie-twosies, some people snoring, but
I hear, "Why don't you look me in the eyes anymore?"
I want to make one argument about what you're saying. Instead of it being a bunch of ingredients, it's just people screaming at each other for more gabagool.
Gabagool? Okay, everybody's like, where's the fucking gabagool, eh? Okay,
So, where exactly? Okay, so we climbed out into a bathroom, but like, are we just somewhere in the middle of this underground like stone keep, basically?
So, yeah, right now you don't know exactly where you are.
Okay.
But you exited the bathroom, or you're peering your head out of the bathroom, and it's just a big corridor, like a hallway, with all these pipes running through. Make another perception check for me, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody.
That was a 22.
Okay, so you can see that
21.
You all notice that towards one end of the hallway, they're all very tightly grouped, like they're all headed to the same direction, and on the other end of the hallway, they start to branch out and go in different directions.
Okay, so I'm going to listening to the pipe. I hear the one where everyone is talking about the food and everything, and I would like to listen around and find the pipe that is the quietest. That might lead to like an empty room or something. And once I hear that, I'm going to turn to the group and I'm going to say, listen, everybody seems to be congregating for a meal or something, but I believe I have found a path that we can follow that will bypass all of them and give us a safe way in.
Okay, so you find one pipe that you like, as in there's no sound coming from it.
Yeah, it's like an empty room or something.
Right. And it's pointing in the direction that all of the tightly grouped ones are. So for general direction purposes, it's to your right.
All right, so yeah, after I get the lay of the land, I'm going to look to Jedda and say, all right, if you would like to take the lead, this is probably the safest path past the congregation.
Well, yeah, I'm taking the lead. I'm going to take the lead. I'm going to quietly walk through and, keep my perception up to make sure I keep an eye and ear out for other people coming our way, and go.
Pat, I have a question.
Yep.
Can I try to remember what the guards were wearing out on the dock? Because I'd like to try to fashion myself a uniform with the dress
the
that
dress.
I have.
Yeah,
so it's just general like piratey garb, so
Sick.
loose flowy clothing, some leather pants and shit.
Okay, awesome. I alter my clothing to match that, so I look like a very small black tide member.
An intern, a security intern.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Gabagool.
Oh my god.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking. Okay.
It's a good thing we rehearsed that,
so
huh?
as you start to follow the pipes, you notice that there are more pipes joining, to the point that it's almost like the hallway you're walking down is just made entirely of these pipes. And as you emerge into a room, you notice that it's kind of like a central location for all these pipes to go to one place for people to monitor. Almost, it's like if the equivalent of a CCTV monitoring station, but they use sound instead of videos. That's
really cool.
There's
I like that.
one like bad luck person who got the dinner shift, who's got to sit there and listen to all the sounds and throw out messages, and he's just like completely pissed off. He's just like so angry that he's like, why do I always have to work during dinner? It's not like I'm hungry for some gabagool.
Are we hidden right now?
Yeah, he's totally paying attention to the pipes. So you guys are hidden.
All right, I'm gonna like walk to him. I need to talk to the prisoner. Where is he right now?
The prisoner? What are you doing down here, sir? It's dinner time.
Something came up. I need to talk to Locke.
Your ration of gabagool will spoil.
He's in the brig where we keep all the prisoners.
Good. Take your dinner. I'm gonna go see the prisoners, and then I'll take your place.
If you say so, sir. And he just scurries off. He doesn't run past you guys. He goes out another door because I don't want you to have to roll stealth.
All right. All right. Once he's gone, I'm gonna signal to the others.
Jedda, I think this is the best disguise you've ever used.
You can hear as the guy runs away, he's like, gabagool, coming for you.
Nah, the best disguise I would have to say is when I pretended to be that jester and, completely, robbed this, noble couple in a carriage block.
Oh, this is Jedda telling a story. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to say insight check on whether that was a real thing that actually happened. And if Jedda's liar. That's a natural 17. What is my insight? Not great. Probably in the negatives. So let's see here. +1, so 18.
I would say that's a pretty successful thing. So if you were lying at all, they would know.
I was telling the truth.
Okay.
Interesting.
One question. So this is set up like a CCTV type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Are the ends of the pipes labeled for ease of listening to know where people are and where they're talking?
They are, in fact, labeled.
Ooh. Is there one that says Brig and or Locke on it?
It doesn't say Locke, but it does say Brig. Make an investigation check for me.
Oh, I'm kind of dope at those. But I got a natural 1, so I failed.
I got a 2 plus...
oh my god.
Plus...
You crit failed, Ryan?
I did. I got it.
2 plus 7,
Okay.
that's 9.
I got a dirty 20.
I did not roll.
I poke myself in the eye with a pipe.
Yeah, what I'm gonna say is going on is you run over to look at all the pipes, and Jedda is like, "Get out of my way!" and it just slaps you a little bit to move you, and you just fall face first into a bunch of piles of papers. But as you kind of gain your bearing and you look at all the papers in front of you, it seems like this is also treated as sort of a mail room, where all of the correspondence comes to this location, and then they use the pipes to disseminate it across the island.
Is this pneumatic tubes?
Why do you sound so excited about that?
They're cool, man.
No, what I'm saying is they read all the letters to make sure that nobody's being a spy, and then
I guess that's more consistent.
Anything real juicy in this pile?
So I'm glad you asked. Most of them seem like they are kind of logs from all the scouting parties that are out there. And there's one that you notice talking about some demon pigs that just befell one unlucky ship and just all of the people died on it.
I wipe a small tear from my eye.
So beautiful.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna keep that letter.
Okay.
When people say that they're going to frame a moment, I'm going to have this framed later.
As you continue to read through, just shuffling a bunch of papers, you notice one that has kind of a mage lord vibe to it. It's got a symbol of something you saw on Arianor, and the general takeaway from it is that some of the Black Tide scout ships have spotted mage lords moving towards the tear in the center of the Badlands.
I found something quite interesting.
And I'm going to share that with everybody.
Huh.
While Kalt is looking at all these papers and files, can I use my 20 investigation to say that I found the brig pipe?
You can.
Excellent.
Pat, what is the circumference of, how wide is the pipe basically?
It's probably a couple inches in diameter.
Would you say something like a mouse could fit in?
Definitely.
Oh boy.
Okay. That's all I want to ask.
Okay.
An innocent question.
I was gonna react to what Kalt was saying. No, why would the mage lords be doing that?
It's a good question.
So I'm going to say I believe that I have found the pipe leading to the brig, and also that it would be prudent for some to stay here and some to go. Jedda, if you would come with me, I don't feel like bluffing my way past the guards necessarily.
All right. Sounds good to me.
He looks up at the brig pipe and says, "Oh man, if only I didn't get stuck as a dolphin, I could have just been a mouse and gone through there. What a bunch of bullshit."
Wait, dude, do you want to turn into a mouse?
I mean, I would love to, but I'm afraid that I'm quite tired and need to rest before I can do anything like that.
Well, here's the thing. You're not the only one with magic powers.
Bait looks at Maeve quizzically before
Bait
saying,
needs,
turn me into a mouse, I guess. Let's go.
Okay, awesome. I cast polymorph on Bait.
All right, so I crunched out into a mouse.
Squeak squeaker. Squeak squeakums.
No, Bait is going to look up at the pipe, so pumped to go in, and then realizes that he's on the floor with no way to possibly reach the pipe.
Yep, I would like to pick up little mouse Bait.
I'm going to use a mage hand to just, like, pick up mouse Bait and, like, put him in the brick pipe.
Okay.
So one thing to keep in mind is that because he's polymorphed, his brain do not work good.
Yeah. No, for
His
sure.
brain do not work good.
No, this definitely catches Bait by surprise. Like, he's so used to turning into animals that, like, he doesn't even realize that it's happening to him, that he's dumber.
I love it.
Roll a wisdom save
Wisdom.
as the mouse.
All right, I'm going to use a rat stat block. It's the closest
That's
I can
fine. Yeah.
find. And wisdom is weirdly one of the highest categories for it. So
For a rat, that's crazy.
yeah, let's see. And but I did roll a 10. So
Okay. So you start to get your bearing because you were just placed into a tube. That's a very dark tube, no light at the end of the tunnel. And you start to kind of like crawl your way forward until you start to slide as the tube kind of takes a dive to the floor. But then you level out again and you're fine. Do you continue to go forward down the tube?
yeah, I'm getting big flowers for Algernon vibes here.
Okay.
Oh,
So you all hear in the tube some little tippy tappies.
and meanwhile I'm still concentrating. And so I'm all right. We should follow that pipe.
Yeah, I'm following that pipe and going down.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So you start to follow the sound
Wait,
of the
but
tippy
who's
tappies.
gonna stay behind?
Oh wait, are we sure we want somebody to stay behind?
I mean,
if somebody
Yeah,
has
should.
to, I'll do it. I'll stay behind, I guess.
yeah, I can do
I
it.
mean, nobody has to do anything.
And Bait suggested that somebody said behind, and Jedda's following
Right.
up on that. That's what's...
If you guys decide you don't want to stay, then you can keep going. Like,
Yeah, no,
mean,
I'll stay behind. It's okay.
With Kalt staying behind, we go to the brig. What happens?
Or we follow the
so-
pipe. Yeah.
Yeah, you follow the pipe. As you
I just want to let you guys know, I've been making a bunch of squeaking noises in my recording, but they're not showing up on Discord.
Thank you.
But they'll be in the
my
episode,
God.
though. So,
I hate you. So you start to follow the pipes, and as you come around one of the corners, you see that the corridor kind of opens up into a large communal gathering space with a whole bunch of tables. Everybody sat down eating their food. The guy who was previously doing his job at the pipe station has gotten his generous portion of gabagool, and he's just munching away on it. So you guys can kind of sneak around the perimeter of this area. You can try to find another way to go through it, but the pipe is leading across this area to the other side of the island, essentially.
So we have to go through this room full of crowded.
You don't have to go through it. You can go around it. You can try to find another way. They're distracted by their meals. Some of them have finished already, and they started to break out into a shanty. You can tell it's pretty normal for them here, so you just slip on by.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Maeve, act casual, and I'm just gonna like walk.
You're both disguised.
What?
You disguised yourself as a pirate. He is Kiso currently.
Yeah, I'm gonna like walk through the crowd, try not to attract attention to myself, just like quietly walking through, casual, like.
I'm such a good actress. I didn't even realize I was disguised.
I'm just thinking back to Maeve and Florence on the Maze Lord ship, and it just did not go well then, so I don't know about this time.
Oh, just you wait.
And then the guy who was eating his gabagool kind of looks up and he's like, "Sir, who's the small one behind you?"
Got me a new assistant. It's job's been kind of busy. Having an extra hand on deck is
Who you calling small?
you.
Hey, I'm just saying what my eyes are seeing, okay? You want some gabagool?
Look, look like you need it.
No time for that. I need your help.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And then as you just keep going as they return to all their gabagool. So you emerge on the other side of the hallway, essentially, or not the hallway, the communal eating area, aka the cafeteria, and you start to wind your way following the pipe. As you get closer, you can kind of hear. Please stop that.
No, it's so good.
As you get closer, Tony Lyons is waiting outside the brig, just trying to plan his way to break Locke out.
So he's just standing outside? There's no one outside the brig?
There's no one outside the brig. The guards are presumably inside of it, but it is also dinner time, so everybody's distracted.
I'm gonna use a message to like whisper to Tony. It's me, Jedda. I'm gonna try something here.
That is a good point. When you rolled up, he would have been extremely startled and gotten defensive. So say exactly what you wanted to say again.
It's me, Jedda. I'm disguised. Do not worry. It's not actually Kiso. Step aside. Let me take care of this.
He kind of like clutches his heart a little bit and breathes. And he lets you through.
All right. I'm gonna like knock on the door. Guards!
One guard kind of like saunters over. He's a little bit on the older side. He's got a whole bunch of stuff on him. He's just loaded with gear. He's got a vest with a whole bunch of pockets, some cargo pants, everything you could possibly need. He's got for you.
Ugh, cargo pants. Anyways,
what'd you say about my cargo pants?
Nothing. Now, I need to talk. I need to talk to the prisoner alone. Go get some gabagool.
So you want them to leave the room?
Yes.
Okay, he starts to leave the room and he sees Tony Lyons hiding out behind the corner of the hallway.
Uh-oh.
He's like, what are you doing here?
No.
And then at that moment, Tony just punches him in the face and knocks him out.
Oh, no. Oh, God, why? No.
Some plan you got there, eh?
Listen,
Did you just forget I was standing here?
I legit thought he was just gonna walk by.
Jesus Christ, I gotta do everything myself.
Shut up!
He starts to drag the body back into the brig, props him up in his chair, makes it look like nothing's happening.
We doing weekend at cargo pants or like what's up?
We're not doing weekend at cargo pants.
It's lame.
You know, cargo pants really put the fun in functionality.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Tony drags the body into the room, props it up on his chair. You walk in and you see Locke. He's humming a tune to himself. I can hide my tears aplenty as I sail to my grave, but I shan't be gone forever.
As soon as I see him, I'm gonna run forward. Nothing else. Like, Mr. Locke!
Maeve, it's been so long. You run up to his gate, and then at that moment, the mouse exits the tube on the ceiling and just splats against the floor.
If it takes fall damage, then he would probably revert, right?
If he's going to take damage, so if damage makes you revert back to normal self, then yeah.
I mean, he's not really gonna take damage. He's a mouse. He's like so small that wouldn't really do
It's
anything.
a pretty far drop, so I'm gonna go ahead and say he takes a D4 of damage.
All right, I'll roll the D4. This will be great, and you'll see. I got a 4.
Because they only have...
And they only have 1 hit point. So yeah, I'm bait again.
Okay.
Thud.
Yeah, so you hear squeak, squeak, splat, shift into bait, and then, oh my lord! Oh! What Oh! And then I'm gonna kind of look around the room, like, really surprised.
I'm just gonna shush him.
So Bait's gonna lean into Jedda and say, hey, I was really kind of hoping it would just be you and me in here. What happened? It's like I lost control. I forget basically the last 10 minutes of this episode.
Nobody's laughing at your meta jokes.
You're a mouse. You were a mouse. Anyways.
Well, yeah, but it's never felt like that before.
At that moment, Tony runs over to Locke and he starts to try to figure out a way to break him out. As soon as he touches the metal on the jail cell, he screams in pain because it's electrified. And at that moment, Kalt, at your post, you hear a very large scream coming from the tube leading to the brig.
Well, that's strange.
.com.
Oh, this has a 3,000-pound limit. How are we going to get Locke out of here with this thing?
Fuck you.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. 60-foot length
He's
of
a
rope.
big, strong, muscly boy.
That's at least 10. Yeah, he doesn't weigh 300 pounds.
I mean,
give me
I said
1 second.
3,000, so I was... Oh, okay.
Salamakamamu. I'm recording the podcast.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Do 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 do. Do do do.
I
Do 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 do.
and not really.
Do 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 do. Do do do.
Me, Chowder, your long-lost brother. I'm alive. Can you come meet me right now?
It's me.
How long would it
A
take me
prince.
to pick her up exactly?
Oh, no. I was partially correct, I think.
Jedda falls unconscious in the tank.
I hate to do it this way, Chowder, but I guess Jedda's dead now? I don't know.
Someone else can do.
She starts drowning.
Someone else can do it, right?
Pat, like, his whole high school career wanted to be in a band. Imagine a front man who, like, giggles every time he burps in the middle of singing.
I don't want to be the singer of the band. I want to be the drummer.
So people could just see you giggling in the back. Okay.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
All right, we're back.